This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,669. Silver at $16.90. And Bitcoin is trading around $7,857. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, as the number of cases of coronavirus in the tri-state area rises to over 150, Governor Andrew Cuomo has declared a state of emergency across New York State. Local universities have shut their doors on students, but the city has no plans to close K-12 schools because tens of thousands of homeless children have nowhere else to go. Mint Press News reports 34,000 children in New York City's public school system currently live in emergency shelters, and another 74,000 have only been spared the same fate by relatives, friends, or neighbors who have taken them in. With 1.1 million students, the city has the largest public school system in the United States, 1 in 10 of whom experienced homelessness in the 2018-2019 school year, according to a recent report from education group Advocates for Children. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. Last Wednesday, the governor of New Mexico signed a bill into law that expands protections under the Electronic Communications Privacy Act. The new law not only increases data privacy in the state, it also further hinders the federal surveillance state. The Electronic Communications Privacy Act helps block the use of cell site simulators, known as stingrays. Such devices essentially spoof cell phone towers, tricking any device within range into connecting to the stingray instead of the tower. That allows law enforcement to sweep up communications content, as well as locate and track the person in possession of a specific phone or other electronic device. Under the law, police must obtain a search warrant or a wiretap order before using a stingray in most situations. The law also bars law enforcement agencies from compelling a service provider or any person other than the owner of the device without a warrant or a wiretap order. Joe Biden is reportedly considering appointing businessman Michael Bloomberg and J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, both billionaires, to powerful leadership positions should Biden win the Democratic presidential nomination and defeat President Donald Trump in November. Axios on Monday reported that the former vice president and his campaign advisors are weighing Dimon for Treasury Secretary, a cabinet position tasked with overseeing the U.S. financial system. Biden is also considering Senator Elizabeth Warren and Bank of America Vice Chair Ann Finucane for the top Treasury post. Bloomberg, who dropped out of the presidential race last week and immediately endorsed Biden, would be top possibility to head the World Bank under a Biden administration. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
This is the Onion Week in Review. Allentown, Pennsylvania 5-year-old Trisha Billings announced from her dining room Saturday that the circle was no longer her favorite shape. The landmark declaration comes just days after the 5-year-old changed her favorite color from red to purple. While experts have struggled to determine what Billings' interim favorite shape will be, the 5-year-old assured reporters that the majority of her favorite things will remain consistent for the time being. Disney executives revealed in an interview Friday that all of the company's animated and live-action movies take place in a single unified universe, saying Never Never Land is actually mere minutes away from the jungle where Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba danced in a straight line and sang Hakuna Matata. Company heads stated that every character from Air Bud to Jiminy Cricket all inhabit the same interconnected world, just as Walt Disney envisioned it.
A lot of people don't know this, but Daryl Hannah's character in Splash actually lives in the exact same coral reef where Nemo went missing. And if filmmakers so desired, they could have Princess Jasmine, for example, hop into Herbie Fully Loaded to go watch the Jonas Brothers 3D concert experience.
Free Talk Live.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And future governor of New Hampshire, nobody.
And the big thing going on right now is all of these canceled events, all of these canceled flights, freakouts over the coronavirus. And from what I've seen in various places, the death rate is about 6% now. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what I've seen.
And that's much higher than it was being quoted before. I still don't have any faith in any of these numbers, and as a result of which, I have no position on whether the coronavirus is being overblown or buried, and I won't know for quite a while if I ever do.
I guess we'll know if the bodies start piling up around us.
Well, that's the thing. At that point, we would definitely know.
For sure. But people seem to be freaking out about it. It's just everywhere, are saying some people. Of course, young people seem to be the ones not freaking out about it and are taking the opportunity to book up all of the cheap flights that they can find because the price of flights has just plummeted.
And young people are also much less likely to die of it. It's definitely something that's killing old folks. Mostly.
Yeah, and they don't seem to like hearing that. And I will say that it's callous.
What, old folks?
Just the weak and infirm in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't expect them to take any comfort in that. I mean, don't worry. Probably won't be me they shoot. It'll be you.
But millennials really like saying that. And I've said it before, too. I don't care about catching the coronavirus. It's not going to kill me. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we'll just call it the boomer flu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I repeat again. I heard that on a podcast where he talked about people, older people, that dying from this thing. And if you think about the power structure in the world, it's controlled by mostly old men.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Well, I've got old parents, so I'm not particularly comforted that it's.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be comforted
either.
If we were going to find comfort in it, maybe the power structure would change for something more agreeable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are good things that could come out of it long term. The Chinese people could say, "Okay, we've had enough." That is a possibility.
And they have an easy button to fix it? Like they can just say when?
Oh, well, there's no easy way to fix a government, but the thing is, I mean, the Chinese military has relatives just like everybody else, and when their relatives are dying, they're not going to like that.
Yeah, when they become uncomfortable, maybe that's when they'll make some change.
Well, that's the thing, is it is when people become uncomfortable, and frequently when they feel they have nothing left to lose, that they stand up and fight. I mean, if I'd been a Jew in Germany, I might not have gone out and engaged in guerrilla warfare, although being who I am, I probably would have. But when they came for me and my family, then at that point it's like, well, I have nothing left to lose. I might as well take a few of them out too.
Right. Not hold on for that last bit of hope that the door you were stepping into wasn't, some sort of gas shower.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing. Once you're disarmed, once you're on the train, it's too late to fight back. What you going to do?
You have to wonder about the mentality of people who so willingly step into what they know to be death traps.
I think they're in denial.
You think so? I mean, a
I
lot
wouldn't
of it's
know.
just
I've never been
pressure
there,
as
but-
well. I mean, if somebody has a gun pointed at you and you're unarmed and you're already starving and having been living in poverty for 2 years because of this very regime, and they tell you to get on a train, your options are to die there or to die later. And I guess a lot of people aren't willing to be like, okay, well, I might as well die now. I mean, we saw the same thing with the September 11th flight hijackings, apparently, when people who knew that the planes were being hijacked and they were going to die still, but for the most part, did nothing.
See, there was this spate of propaganda in the 70s that you missed for obvious reasons. And because there were plane hijackings going on there, too, it became a common weapon for Palestinians and Marxists and others for a while. And so what they drummed into our heads is, if you get hijacked, don't fight back. It'll be okay. Just let them negotiate with the authorities. That all changed in 9/11, as a result of which I don't think there will ever be another successful airplane hijacking, because I think the passengers will just tear the hijackers to bits if they try.
Well, the TSA certainly
They've
won't
blown their
prevent it.
credibility as hijackers.
Yeah, the Walmart employees with badges, they're not going to help.
No.
That's
they're
what
not.
I'm referring to as TSA.
Right. I like the inconsistency of the TSA. Depending on which airport you go to, they're going to give you crap about different things. They're going to confiscate different things. They're going to leave it alone at this airport, but confiscate it and throw into the trash at this airport. It's totally inconsistent. It's like, what's it the whole point for you to have this strict list of guidelines that was going to be ineffective anyway? Because, I mean, you basically have the training of a McDonald's cashier or a Walmart employee. And, thousands of
they
people's
missed
lives.
95% of the false flag attacks that are made against them. And when I say false flag attacks, I'm talking about when their own management does a tries to get something through security and see if they got caught. 95% of the time, they don't get caught.
No, of course not, because the TSA, I mean, they suck.
Yeah.
And you can always just fly first class and bypass most of the security checkpoints anyway.
Really, I didn't think
I wasn't aware
I
of that
haven't
until
flown
very
first class
recently.
since 9/11, so I can't comment on that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of it until very recently, but one of the key benefits of flying first class is that you can bypass most of airport security.
Well,
Presumably it's because, hey, if you have the money to buy a first class ticket, you're probably not going to hijack the plane, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Osama bin Laden was supposed to be a billionaire, so
But money buys privilege.
well, yes, but the thing is, if that's their security thinking, it's not very effective, because adding another $10,000 to the budget of a major of an operation that does billions of dollars in damages, that's not prohibitive.
No.
They would have spent another $500 ahead if they'd had to. No problem.
Well, according to ETARS on discord.freetalklive.com, you don't actually bypass security. You just skip to the front of the line, which is not what I've read when shopping for plane tickets. But, of course, the airline is going to paint it as more convenient than it really is.
Yeah, once you're there, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could just not get on the plane. Most people aren't prepared to do that.
Now, there is
No, I mean, why buy the ticket? I mean, before you go that you're going to go through the TSA and they're going to be invasive and rude and stupid. So if you don't want to deal with that, why buy the ticket? And they're like, no, I'm just not going to get on the plane. Just don't buy the ticket.
Do you remember the "Don't touch my junk" guy?
I remember that.
I don't. I remember the guy in the "It's not gay if it's TSA" shirt.
Oh,
I have one of those.
Well,
Who
the
got a
"Don't
picture
touch my
taken
junk"
while he was
guy.
getting felt up by the TSA.
He was one of the very first, and he opted out of the radiation machines, and they said, okay, well, we're going to pat you down, and he said, well, that's fine, but I'll have you arrested if you touch my junk.
Well, there's also the guy who got charged with sexual assault for going through the TSA with an erection.
See, that's what I've been thinking of doing. Take like three Viagra, go through security, and identify as female.
Free Talk Live is now on more than 200 radio stations nationwide. We've had more than 18 million podcast downloads, and we claim millions of listens a month. We're a multimedia ad venue with print, email, web, and terrestrial radio marketing platforms. We strive to have ad packages that cater to advertisers big and small. Contact me today at marketfreetalklive.com to see what we can do for you. Marketfreetalklive.com. If you're a local advertiser, contact this station. But if you can service a national audience, contact me, marketfreetalklive.com.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. Local.bitcoin.com.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
The political world is a maddening cesspool of corruption and lies. Nobody tells the truth. Nobody keeps campaign promises. Nobody obeys the Constitution. Nobody puts the people first. How can we ever escape this web of tyranny? Vote for nobody.
Hi, my name is Nobody. I'm running for governor of New Hampshire because nobody knows how to live your life better than you do, and nobody deserves that kind of power. I want to put you back in control of your money, your lifestyle, your work, your body, and your life. Nobody should rule you but you. New Hampshire convicts many people of so-called crimes that should never have been prosecuted. If elected, I will pardon every victimless crime in New Hampshire history. This includes drug, gambling, prostitution, gun, and driving offenses. Nobody should have a criminal record when they have not harmed anybody.
Wouldn't it be nice to have nobody telling you what to do? Learn more at electnobody.com. electnobody.com.
If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com to receive our usually weekly news updates by email. Plus, we have a Twitter account at twitter.freetalklive.com, and you can follow us on the decentralized Mastodon platform at toot.freetalklive.com. So please follow us at toot.freetalklive.com and sign up for our emails at news.freetalklive.com.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you receive the rewards. Download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at anypayinc.com. anypayinc.com.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And if you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash, well, now you have a financial incentive to get that happening. With AnyPay, you can earn passive income for every purchase at businesses that you get to accept Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you receive the rewards. All you have to do is download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at anypayinc.com. That's anypayinc.com. The commissions are instant. There is no waiting for months or weeks or whatever to get your payout. You don't have to reach a certain threshold. None of that crap. Check it out at anypayinc.com to start earning Bitcoin Cash and Dash. So breaking news. Apparently, Chelsea Manning has attempted to kill herself in jail, is what they're saying anyway. According to the dailymail.co.uk, former Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning is fighting for her life after attempting suicide inside a Virginia jail cell.
She's not fighting for it, she's fighting against it. I mean, she's fighting not to be in their jail anymore.
Sure. Sources said that Manning, who has been held in custody since May, so that's like 10 months now, for refusing to testify before a grand jury investigating WikiLeaks and Assange. It's also kind of misleading because she was out of jail for like 2 weeks, and then they threw her right back in.
Right. That, which I think was a psychological warfare
I believe it.
tactic.
It's very similar to
I don't think anything in the courts with Chelsea, like I think all of the decisions were made before the arguments. I think that was all. I think they just wrote lines for the judges, and the same thing with Assange.
Are you implying that things are rigged against people who tell the truth?
that I believe this to have been like way more rigged than normal.
Still rigged.
Like not. We're going to let the judge make him not do what we want and find some way to get around him. More, we're going to let the judge know in very uncertain terms.
This is what you'll do.
What he's going to do.
So Chelsea still had a pulse when she was found at around 1 p.m., however, and the dailymail.com understands she was still breathing while en route to the hospital. Manning previously spent 7 years in military prison for leaking hundreds of thousands of classified U.S. documents to WikiLeaks in 2010.
Yeah, it's very different, I think, being in for a set period of time.
Well, she wasn't.
Like serving a sentence.
Her sentence was commuted.
Years?
Her sentence was commuted by Barack Obama.
Oh, that's right. She got like 34 years?
Yeah, and she got a long time, and she never attempted to kill herself during any of that.
Yeah. Interesting.
But I mean, it's very likely this could be just, the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes you just get to thinking they're never going to let you be.
And there's also
no matter what happens.
There's also it's possible that someone else botched the killing.
That is possible. That's definitely possible.
But they want her to testify. If she's dead, she can't testify. So I can't imagine this would have been a hit.
Wasn't a very good one if it was.
Well, there may be.
Thank goodness for that.
There may be more than one player involved, but I don't know who would want her dead.
A jail deputy discovered her while conducting a check in the special housing unit where Chelsea is being housed. They found her with a sheet around her neck. Other deputies arrived and first aid was administered before she was taken to the hospital. Yeah, she was originally sentenced to 35 years for leaking the data to WikiLeaks, but was released in May of 2017 after President Obama commuted her time in prison.
And for those who don't remember, what she leaked was, among other things, a video of U.S. servicemen deliberately killing journalists and civilians and laughing about it.
And kids, if we're talking about the same video I was thinking of, where
there were children involved, I believe.
They were ferrying people back to the van, and it was obvious that there were kids in the van.
Yeah. The video is called Collateral Damage, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, you can find it online. It's sickening to watch. In March of last year, she was called to testify to a grand jury, a panel investigating major crimes that operates in secrecy, about her work with the site's founder, Julian Assange. When Manning refused to testify and accused the government of abusing the grand jury process, a judge found her in contempt of court and jailed her indefinitely.
In order to illustrate her point that yes, they are absolutely abusing and you know, people should be out in the streets about this, and I don't understand why they're not. You know, maybe this will be what it takes.
Well, you tell me, why aren't you out in the streets about this?
His voice is louder on the radio.
I haven't been able to get anybody enthusiastic about going with me, and going alone is stupid. Small protests just look pathetic. But I don't know. Maybe people should just, you know, start going out to a local place and swinging a sign and see if anybody joins them.
I like how this article used a picture of Bradley Manning down at the bottom. That's real classy, Daily Mail. So anyway, she was released 2 months later when the grand jury's mandate expired and was called to testify before another one, which asked many of the same questions. Manning refused a second time, telling Judge Anthony Tringa that she would rather starve to death than comply. Good on her for that.
Yep.
He responded by jailing her again and hitting her with daily fines that have increased over time to $1,000 every day of her incarceration. Now, how in the hell can this be legal for a judge to do to an American citizen?
That word again. What does that word mean? It's like some kind of voodoo magic that can
Which word?
Legal.
I said several.
Yeah, legal is the one specifically.
Well, the thing is, they've kind of given up all pretext of the rule of law here. I mean,
clearly
nothing.
I mean, she has Fifth Amendment protection anyway, but this is why they offered her immunity, so that she can't plead the Fifth.
Exactly.
Which is corrupt in itself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is what you normally do with a witness, but
the question is, why can the government compel you to talk about anyone? You know, it's not just protecting yourself.
Because they steal the money they use to fund their actions.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Well, sure, but they cared once upon a time.
Yeah, they also didn't steal quite as much.
And there was a Fifth Amendment protecting people's right to not incriminate themselves. But how come? Why in the hell doesn't that include the right to not incriminate people you care about?
Just words on paper.
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
I would have included it.
I don't know when that was introduced, but I'm pretty sure it's older than America, that the idea of compelling people to
and can you not just
testify.
Say, I don't remember?
Well,
or
that's
my
one of
eyes
the
were
reasons
shut
I'm
the
a
entire
priest.
time? 855-450-3733. What do you think about Chelsea Manning being compelled to speak by these enormous fines? 855-450-FREE.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you get the rewards. Download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at anypayinc.com. anypayinc.com.
Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer, internet connectivity, initiative, and a belief in the non-aggression principle, you're qualified. Earn up to $85,000 a year full-time, $25,000 a year part-time. Set your own hours, work from home, spread freedom. Join our team and work with one of the biggest leaders in the liberty movement. Apply now at sales.freetalklive.com. Sales.freetalklive.com.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Are you tired of your taxes funding endless occupations around the world? Antiwar.com is run by people who understand that wars abroad become wars at home, wars on our freedoms. Antiwar.com is dedicated to bringing you the latest in news, views, interviews, and reviews from the top movers and shakers in the anti-occupation movement. Antiwar.com has it all, from thorough foreign policy analysis to interviews with whistleblowers who used to run the military-industrial complex. Anti-war, pro-free market. That's antiwar.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Hi, I'm Derek J. To me, an activist's calling is to actively work to advance a cause. The cause for which I work is personal freedom. I believe my life is best when I engage in voluntary interactions and self-government. I reject the idea that anyone else has a higher claim to my life or my body than I do. I see people who call themselves the government as a threat to my personal freedom. I realize you may feel differently, but my relationship with the people who call themselves the government is completely involuntary. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com.
Now you can follow LRN.FM on the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform that you can find at local.bitcoin.com that allows you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash using dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, or just meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site. And all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. So finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started buying and selling Bitcoin Cash. Again, that's local.bitcoin.com. By far the easiest way for you to get involved in cryptocurrency. So go check it out, local.bitcoin.com. And we've been talking here about Chelsea Manning, who has spent a ridiculous amount of time in jail for refusing to play ball with the corruption of the grand jury process that evidently has the authority to tell you that if you don't talk, they're going to throw you in jail until you do and fine you $1,000 a day until you talk.
And for truth. She's in jail for exposing the truth.
Yeah.
About things that are hard to stomach.
Yes. Things like the collateral damage video, as we were talking about earlier. And it wasn't
and
just
what
that.
And is being demanded that she basically testify against Assange.
Yes, and
who's also in some form of. He's not like in jail, but he
is in jail. He's in a maximum security prison.
Assange.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I spaced.
He's in a maximum security prison in Britain that is mostly used to house terrorists.
Okay, so I was under the impression, this is how under the news rock I tend to avoid all this news, so I was under the impression he was still held up in some embassy somewhere.
Oh no, you're about a year and a half behind the times, bro. He's been in prison for a year and a half.
Has it been that
literally
long?
Nothing. Well, he served his 1-year sentence, and then they didn't let him out.
Yeah.
And he definitely had some pretrial detention. Although that was probably part of his 1-year sentence. So I don't know. It's been a long time. We could look up the date.
It cost a lot to tell the truth here.
But again, that's something I wish that, and maybe I will do a local group, but I don't know if anybody will come to it. We'll find out. But
I feel like here in Keene, people wouldn't be especially surprised to see people picketing and demanding the release of Chelsea Manning.
That's pretty common on the weekends to see people standing in the square.
Yeah. Well,
it is. Thank
there
goodness
is
for
a
that.
Friday peace rally that I haven't been going to lately that maybe I'll get a Julian Assange sign and go down there.
That would be good. So the judge responded by jailing Chelsea Manning again, and as we pointed out, hitting her with $1,000 fines every single day that she doesn't speak. So in February, Manning's lawyers lodged a motion calling for her to be set free, saying that she would never change her mind. Her incarceration is not serving its only permissible purpose, because evidently they are allowed to do that. They are allowed to use jail to extort you into talking, as horrific as that is.
They have
and
the
that's
guns,
one of the reasons that returning to the Constitution really isn't enough. We need to tear this government completely down.
No, it's always bizarre to me when people say, well, if we just return to the Constitution didn't work the first time.
If anything,
that's
it
why
gave
we're
you,
in this mess.
Yeah, it gave us what we have.
Well, it was a better functioning system in a lot of ways in that.
True.
I mean, before especially if you look back before the creation of the Federal Reserve, things were a lot less bad.
Yeah, I don't see that it could be any different. I mean, so yes, I've heard people say, well, if we were still, a purely constitutionalist government, and I at one point thought I was.
I mean, it would be better, sure.
I remember following some Michael Badnarik stuff where, he gave these lectures and whatnot explaining why these things were great, and they sounded great, but the problem is it's still words on paper that people can just decide for whatever reason that they don't have to follow anymore.
Yeah, and that's the whole problem is the only thing that keeps the system stable is the mythology in the minds of the people. And once the people stop getting out with torches and pitchforks, which they used to do, if people don't actually go out and
or tar and feathers like they used to do.
Tar and feathers is another thing, and guillotines in some places.
Yes, they were very effective. In the past.
Well, sometimes some cuts have to be made. And that's the only thing in the long run that will ever keep politicians honest is if they are at least occasionally killed when they're really bad.
I don't know if I want to endorse that statement, but I'm not going to disagree with it.
Okay. Well, let me say that I've been looking for a solution other than that to the problem of corrupt politicians, and I have not found one. So if you've got one,
I think the solution is to not have politicians.
Yes.
That would be ideal, I think. So back to this article. Manning, a transgender woman whose supporters call a whistleblower, passed more than 700,000 classified documents to WikiLeaks that exposed, quote, possible war crimes. They weren't possible. They were documented war crimes on video.
That's a slant by this article.
Yeah,
who's ever writing this?
Yeah, Daily Mail, I'm pretty sure, is right-wing.
Just like when they say May and they don't say like 10 months in prison.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, look, they used a picture of Chelsea here back when she was in the military and identified as Bradley Manning. That's a jerk move no matter how you slice it. Everyone knows that Chelsea Manning now is Chelsea Manning, and you have to be a gigantic jerk to pull a stunt like that.
What would you do if you owned like the Bruce Jenner Museum, though? Would you just...
I would burn it to the ground because I can't stand Bruce Jenner.
Okay. But no, I mean, theoretically, I wonder what somebody who had like invested a lot of money in Bruce Jenner memorabilia, I mean, do they have to like burn it all?
Well, I mean, no.
Think of somebody you like if somebody had...
No, but if you were going to write an article about Jenner today, you wouldn't use a picture of Bruce.
Yeah, okay.
Probably
so
does,
keeping one around is okay, though.
Sure.
You know.
Well, I mean, there are still boxes of Wheaties and crap with Bruce Jenner's picture on it. We can't just make those vanish into the memory hole because Caitlyn Jenner, for better or worse, did used to be Bruce Jenner.
Right.
But that's a good point, though. If there's an article about Caitlyn, is Caitlyn Jenner now? If there's an article about Caitlyn Jenner, then it's not. They're obviously not showing a picture of Bruce.
Yeah, unless they're going out of their way to be jerks, like the Daily Mail probably.
Well,
would.
if they're writing about her transition, they might include like a picture of when
like
she was male or some before. I mean, well,
sure.
I'm not going to get into the timing of the events in her psychosexual history because I don't know and I don't care.
I guess the point
I'm
is
with you on that.
It's not super relevant that this person decides to be a different gender. The fact is that like a person who who's doing their best to tell the truth is now in a cage because a man who wears a dress to work says so.
Yeah.
Okay, that threw me off for a moment.
The man in the robe, the judge.
Yeah, I mean, in the conversation about the trans person, a man wearing a dress to work really threw me off.
Yeah, it was that was interesting.
So in 2013, a military judge found Manning guilty of 20 counts. But as we pointed out, the sentence was commuted. What do you think about this entire mess? 855-450-3733. This is Free Talk Live.
Do you feel like many of us? All the distractions in the world taking our minds and focus off what really needs to get done day to day? Well, Janess has a dietary supplement called Mind to help with mental distraction, and it supports memory function. Go to gcnlife.com now to check it out. You're only at your best when your mind is at its best. Go to gcnlife.com or call toll-free 844-443-6637. That's gcnlife.com or 844-443-6637.
Get healthy, not high, with 100% pure CBD powerful natural pain relief from Veterans Vitality. GCN listeners, have you ever thought about how CBD may help you? I'm sure you have heard about the many benefits of CBD. Well, here's your opportunity to try before you buy. Created by veterans and for everyone who deserves better choices, our CBD is derived from organic hemp, grown in the USA and third-party tested. Veterans Vitality CBD saves you as much as 25 to 50% over our competition, and a portion of all sales is contributed to veteran nonprofits and events. Many of our customers have experienced improved quality of life, help with anxiety, PTSD, and overall well-being. Our products do not contain THC. They are safe, non-addictive, effective, and 100% legal. GCN listeners, get your free trial bottle of premium CBD by simply paying shipping and handling at GCNFreeCBD.com. That's GCNFreeCBD.com. Again, GCNFreeCBD.com. Offered by Veterans Vitality Premium CBD.
Are you afraid to go to the mailbox because of letter after letter from the IRS? Are they stacking on more and more penalties and interest? By now, you know the problem won't go away on its own. Don't let the IRS chase you to your grave with penalties and interest and liens and levies. You need real help now. I'm Dan Pilla. I wrote the book on tax debt settlement, and I help thousands of people solve tax problems they thought couldn't be solved. I can help you too. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, danpilla.com. That's danpilla.com. danpilla.com.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it. Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And the Edge wallet is the best mobile wallet out there as far as I'm concerned. I really wish they had a desktop and Linux version, but sadly they don't. But they do have it for mobile, and mobile is where it's most convenient. You can find it on both the iOS and Android stores. You can buy, sell, securely hold cryptocurrencies with it. I've never bought or sold cryptocurrencies with it, but it does support it. It's user-controlled, so you always control your own money. It's non-custodial, supporting Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Stellar, and many more. Being built by a veteran team since 2014 with the tagline of Secure Your Freedom. Find out more about it at edge.app. Again, that's edge.app, or just download it from the Google Play and iOS stores.
Yeah, it's good to have a wallet where you can have your own keys. That's important. Own keys means that you can control your crypto. So any wallet that'll let you do that, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, there are no gatekeepers in the crypto world if you do it correctly, right?
Yes.
I've had to buy from Coinbase and things like that in the past, and they do function as gatekeepers. When you request your Bitcoin out of them, they're like, hey, we're going to look into this. We're going to hold this for 3 to 5 days, and then we'll send it to you.
Right. And most people probably assume that'll never happen to them, but it's really easy just to have another wallet that you control all that stuff, and then you never even have to worry about it.
And it's not likely, but remember Mt. Gox? Non-custodial wallets would have saved everyone who was using Mt. Gox.
Yeah, one of the reasons why people really like Bitcoin is because or some other crypto is because you can control it when you want. So again, if you don't have the keys, which means it's non-custodial, then you don't have possession. You can't move that stuff around when you want to without permission.
And that's the most frustrating thing about the banking system is that everything you do within it has to have the bank's permission. They have to allow it. So like sending wire transfers, which is something I do multiple times a week, every single one of them has to get approved, preferably by an automatic system. But sometimes you have to go into the bank manually and they have to ask you all sorts of questions. They may decline you the opportunity to use your own money.
It ain't yours.
Yeah, I've had accounts closed because they didn't like the business that I was in. And so they were just like, yeah, we're going to close your account.
Yeah, TD did that to me within the course of like 2 weeks. It was one of the fastest I've ever dealt with. I think GFA turned out to be faster.
Well, it might have been
that was like 5 days.
It might have been dealing with me that sped them up because I was kind of irate when they when they did that, and
understandably,
I was having a very hard time getting a phone call from their security people, so I went into their bank one day and had a very loud discussion with the manager while he was dealing with a couple of other people.
Where's my money?
Yeah. And I basically was doing my best to cause a run on the bank. I didn't manage it, I don't think, but if enough people did it at the same time, they might.
Yeah, but it would be difficult today. And with the FDIC guaranteeing everyone's deposit, you'd have to have all of the very, very wealthy people using those accounts to withdraw as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So after being found...
people keep doing things and saying, this will stabilize the system. This will stabilize the system. The FDIC will stabilize the system. It's not supposed to be stable.
No, it's designed
it's supposed to be
unstable.
Always changing. It's supposed to be, you don't worry about one company being stable. You just know that if you need something that a lot of people need, somebody will be offering it wherever you go.
So back to Chelsea Manning here. The judge, a military judge, because she was, of course, sit before a military tribunal, which I guess is standard for the military, but it's no less screwed up, was found guilty of 20 counts, 6 under the Espionage Act, but they acquitted her of the most serious charge of aiding the enemy because there is absolutely no evidence whatsoever that any of the leaks from Chelsea Manning brought harm to a single person.
Wow.
Assange.
And what enemy?
Yeah, that's
the American people,
government.
That's who she gave the information to, right?
Yeah.
Indirectly.
Well, she gave it to, he's Australian, right?
Julian?
Yeah. Assange?
Yeah,
she gave it to Australians, and they gave it to Americans.
But WikiLeaks I look at as transnational because it was always designed to be a
repository for these screwed up things that governments around the world are doing. Yeah,
in a lot of ways. It's not a nationalistic institution.
No, but it does focus largely on things the American government does wrong because the American government is the one portraying itself as a saint.
Yeah.
So Assange, 48, is currently in jail in the UK where he faces extradition proceedings after a grand jury in the U.S. agreed that he put lives at risk by leaking classified documents. Now, remember, Chelsea Manning, years earlier, was acquitted of pretty much that exact charge. But no, Assange somehow is guilty.
And does anyone know how the grand jury system works? Like, how private is that?
I don't have any idea.
The grand jury system is generally considered a secret process I believe the jurors have to swear not to disclose what they are subjected to. The other thing is it's not clear if there were any grand jurors seated. I don't know if the grand jury was ever convened, because if your only witness refuses to appear, then you don't need people to watch that.
See, that's a system I didn't agree to. For people just to sort of gather behind closed doors and decide to stick another guy in jail because they didn't like what he said.
I mean, to be fair, none of us agreed to any of this nonsense.
I just want to make it clear, just by being born here, doesn't make me, specifically me, liable for all this craziness, because I didn't agree to any of this, and I still don't.
See, a viral trend that we should start is going to polling places and recording "I do not consent" videos, so that anybody who voted and wants to make it clear that that doesn't mean they support the system, please don't mistake this as my giving the system legitimacy, can say so on video, and we can just broadcast that, just beam it to the world.
As I've heard Derek J. say, the Empire does not require my consent.
Yeah, but it's important because a lot of things assumes that, they assume they have your consent and they proceed as such.
I'm not sure they do. I don't think they care whether they have people's consent. I don't think they assume they have it. They just don't care whether or not they do.
But rhetorically, everything depends on it.
Yes.
And so
and
it's still there in the rhetoric they use to justify their existence.
But it also implies that the majority of Americans do, in fact, consent to this.
Well, I don't know. What's their other option?
Well, they don't know.
Guillotines?
Okay.
I don't know. There isn't a good other option. Cryptocurrency is a peaceful other option.
See, I've been thinking about that as an option. Okay, here's what you do. Yeah, I call it peace coin. And
there's no need for that. You already have Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero. Ripple,
hear me out. There's a reason for what I'm talking about. Basically, by holding this coin, you assert that you do not authorize anybody to do violence on your behalf.
That's what holding a Bitcoin means.
Well, no, it doesn't. That's not explicit in anything.
But it does, because using the cryptocurrency is a way of not consenting to it and not paying for it.
But still, it makes no explicit statement. Basically, what I want to be able to do is say, there are now 35 million holders of this stuff that is literally saying, I don't consent to your war. And then I want to make that number grow, because the people don't support war, but there's no way outside of their rigged elections to say you don't. So think of this as direct democracy. Think of this as voting for peace and buying peace. And it can be done.
I understand the concept.
There's another
I understand
part
the concept, but I'm going to reiterate again that, cryptocurrencies already do that. They may not explicitly state it, but they are ways of voting with your wallet and eliminating the American empire.
I want to tell you about my favorite cryptocurrency wallet, Edge Wallet, at edge.app. Edge is the wallet I use more than any other, and that was true long before Edge Wallet became a sponsor of Free Talk Live. Edge Wallet allows you to buy, sell, trade, and securely hold your cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and more. It's available for both Android and iOS, and you can download it via the Play or App Store or via Edge Wallet's website, edge.app. Secure your freedom with Edge Wallet.
You will understand the true intent of the Founding Fathers when they wrote the Constitution if you attend this free webinar. Chris Ann Hall, president of Liberty First University, doesn't simply regurgitate what some professor or expert has said about the Constitution. She relays the thoughts and opinions of those who wrote the documents. Her straightforward, passionate, easy-to-understand style lets anyone grasp the principles of liberty. Join us at lfu.freetalklive.com to watch the free pre-recorded webinar. Watch now at lfu.freetalklive.com.
I'm a little obsessed with My Magic Mud. Several years ago, I met Jessica Armand, the founder and CEO of My Magic Mud, and I didn't even know my teeth were coffee stained. A week's worth of use convinced me, and now I use it every 3 or 4 days. It's clinically proven to whiten teeth, and I think it cleans better too. My Magic Mud's available at most local health food stores, Sprouts, Natural Grocers, CVS, Walmart's Natural Beauty Aisle, but I can get it for you for 20% off with coupon code FTL20 at mymagicmud.com. FTL20 mymagicmud.com.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and our main feed that includes everything. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 2 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,669, silver at $16.90, and Bitcoin is trading around $7,857. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals, high-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, as the number of cases of coronavirus in the tri-state area rises to over 150, Governor Andrew Cuomo has declared a state of emergency across New York State. Local universities have shut their doors on students, but the city has no plans to close K-12 schools because tens of thousands of homeless children have nowhere else to go. Mint Press News reports 34,000 children in New York City's public school system currently live in emergency shelters, and another 74,000 have only been spared the same fate by relatives, friends, or neighbors who have taken them in. With 1.1 million students, the city has the largest public school system in the United States. 1 in 10 of whom experienced homelessness in the 2018-2019 school year, according to a recent report from education group Advocates for Children. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait. Just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. Last Wednesday, the governor of New Mexico signed a bill into law that expands protections under the Electronic Communications Privacy Act. The new law not only increases data privacy in the state, it also further hinders the federal surveillance state. The Electronic Communications Privacy Act helps block the use of cell site simulators, known as stingrays. Such devices essentially spoof cell phone towers, tricking any device within range into connecting to the stingray instead of the tower. That allows law enforcement to sweep up communications content, as well as locate and track the person in possession of a specific phone or other electronic device. Under the law, police must obtain a search warrant or a wiretap order before using a stingray in most situations. The law also bars law enforcement agencies from compelling a service provider or any person other than the owner of the device without a warrant or a wiretap order. Joe Biden is reportedly considering appointing businessman Michael Bloomberg and J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, both billionaires, to powerful leadership positions should Biden win the Democratic presidential nomination and defeat President Donald Trump in November. Axios on Monday reported that the former vice president and his campaign advisors are weighing Dimon for Treasury Secretary, a cabinet position tasked with overseeing the U.S. financial system. Biden is also considering Senator Elizabeth Warren and Bank of America Vice Chair Ann Finnequane for the top Treasury post. Bloomberg, who dropped out of the presidential race last week and immediately endorsed Biden, would be top possibility to head the World Bank under a Biden administration. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
This is the Onion Week in Review. Citing his erratic social behavior, nondescript occupation, and habit of accidentally walking off piers while pretending to read newspapers, acquaintances of 37-year-old Jeff Walther suspect he may be a bumbling spy. Residents of Worcester, Massachusetts are kind of hoping a Panera Bread will show up and plow over an obnoxious neighborhood bakery. Locals have said that the soulless restaurant chain, with its simple, impersonal experience, would be just the thing to help run the precious mom-and-pop establishment out of business.
Callahan's is really lovely and all, but it would be such a relief to have some college-aged kid take my order without making eye contact. I just need a cup of coffee. You know, we're not friends.
A follow-up survey of Worcester residents confirmed that 72% of patrons would rather be alerted of an order by a vibrating pager than a kind-faced woman who calls everybody sweetheart. In other news, feds break up a brutal Las Vegas man-fighting ring. A Christmas card ominously makes no mention of the twins. And the Boy Scouts celebrate 100 years of preparing teens for not having cool friends.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And future governor of New Hampshire, nobody.
And we talked about the coronavirus earlier, but Gray, you brought in a story about people buying coronavirus supplies with Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got as far as the headline and the tag that goes with it, and it certainly makes sense that, hey, here again, crypto gives you, according to this article, freedom to be able to do more things than you'd be able to do if you had just dollars.
Now, I'm curious, what are the supplies that people are buying for dealing with the coronavirus? Please tell me it's hand soap.
Yeah, I don't have any idea.
It's not. It's freaking hand sanitizer because Americans don't understand what hand sanitizer is or how it works. But hand soap would be infinitely more effective.
Than sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's some scare. I saw somebody had posted a picture of hand sanitizer on Amazon that was like $60 for a small bottle or something.
That's so absurd.
I wanted to get back real quick to the to what we were talking about in the last
the peace coin
last segment. The peace coin. There is one thing, and just to sum it up. This is a coin, the holding of which signifies that you want all of the governments in the world to stop making war. Very simple.
Sounds like a good
idea. To
idea.
make a contribution to that. Well, the difference is it's got one other selling point, which is because it is basically an educational foundation. Not only would buying and selling this stuff not be a taxable event, but buying it might well be tax deductible. And so you don't have the worries about taxation that you would have with Bitcoin, because everything you did with this coin, whether you were accepting it in trade or buying it or selling it, is contributing to the coin's ecosystem, which is required to support both an educational objective and, if you want to add to it, a minimum guaranteed income, which is what I've been thinking of, which would be basically if you can prove to the blockchain that you're human, then basically say there's a fee on spending the coin of 10%. That's significantly less than a lot of
I mean, I get what you're saying,
taxes.
but I have to interject again here that, spreading the idea of Bitcoin being a peace coin would be far more effective. Just sell people on the idea that, hey, if you don't support dropping bombs, if you don't support the way the government is stealing and using tax money, then use Bitcoin.
I don't think it is. And the reason is because the news will never report the number of Bitcoin wallets, as 10,000 people have declared that they want to be free of government.
I mean, that's
wars.
because of HD wallets and the fact that, for all we know, one person is controlling 99% of all the Bitcoin wallet addresses out there. We have no way of proving otherwise.
It's true. And
so all we know is, there are 30 billion Bitcoin addresses or however many that currently have some amount of Bitcoin.
Yeah, and so that's why I would use a
But it doesn't matter
coin.
if the news covers it or not. If people are getting into cryptocurrency as a way of not paying taxes and as a way of not paying for bombs, the result isn't. The goal isn't to get the news to talk about it. The goal is to get fewer bombs dropped.
Well, yeah, and that's the other effect that you're going to have, because if you're trading in any of the cryptocurrencies, then there's a lot less money going to government, and there's less demand for the dollar. Anytime you buy a cryptocurrency, you're shorting the dollar, and the more people, the more people who decide that they want to hold Bitcoin and not or Peacecoin or any of these coins and not dollars, as that happens, that could cause hyperinflation in and of itself, even without the government continuing to print more money.
I mean, that's the goal, though.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason that the Reformed Satanic Church is part of cryptocurrency, is to undermine the state and to defang it, to take away its ability to buy bombs, because that's aggression and that's immoral, and the Reformed Satanic Church does not support that kind of behavior. So, I mean, that's sort of the whole idea behind cryptocurrency at large, is to prohibit the state from doing the horrible things that the state does.
That's always been important to me, but there's never been a crypto that explicitly said it.
Satoshi said it in the early newsletters for Bitcoin.
Well,
so I mean, like, the original cryptocurrency said it.
Okay, one of the authors said it, but it was not something
the person who created
was. There was no credo attached to Bitcoin. There's no.
Sure, there was. It was in the early newsletters written by Satoshi Nakamoto.
Okay, that doesn't quite qualify the way I'm thinking. Thinking.
I don't know why
which
not.
Is
He was the person who created Bitcoin.
Huh?
He was the person who created Bitcoin. He stated his motives very clearly in the early newsletters as being against the banking system and against being the aggressions of the state.
Well,
and being against.
I have never known there to be anything directly attached to Bitcoin which says the users of this coin say blah blah blah. Okay, and that is the point, to make explicit what is implicit. And to use that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though, is it was explicit in Satoshi Nakamoto's early newsletters.
Okay, well, that's not the way the media is reporting it. So,
but again, what the media says about it is irrelevant. The point isn't to get media
irrelevant,
coverage,
because what the media says about it influences what people hear about it, doesn't it? Okay.
Not if we're out there countering it. I mean, the media is never going to be a fan of cryptocurrency.
Rather than countering media spin.
Do you really think the media is going to be like, hey, look, wow, these 50,000 people don't want the war machine to continue?
I
That's
think
never gonna
that's a
happen.
message that's a lot more likely to get out than the message which they deliver about the message that they deliver at Bitcoin is this many people want to buy stuff on the dark web, which obviously Bitcoin's used for a lot more things than that. But that's what they want to accentuate, and so I think it would be a lot harder to cover something like this up, because it doesn't have the initial. But I also believe that there should be 10,000 coins out there.
I suspect if your Peace Coin got any traction, then they'd be painting you as just as bad person as Chelsea Manning or Julian Assange or anybody else.
I'm sure they would, but I don't know.
I'm gonna stick with
It's
Bitcoin
good to make it
until you
hard
make
for
Peace
them.
Coin. ERC20 tokens. I hear they're pretty easy to start one.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin Cash tokens are even
Oh,
easier.
There we go.
And the other thing is, I think there are a lot of people who would appreciate, although most of them probably aren't ANCAPs, but the
I'll buy a
mutual
few.
aid aspect of the coin as well, where some people like to have something where it's like, okay, if I lose my job, something will still be coming in because I'm paying into a system. I think that's something that that most people would like. And the nice thing about this is it's voluntary, and it's also uncorruptible in that.
Well, when
the
we get
thing's a
back, we're going to
computer
talk
program.
about how if you're, freaking out about the coronavirus, as it seems a lot of people are, you can buy your hand sanitizer or whatever it is that you want to use to protect yourself with Bitcoin. And we're going to tell you how you can do that. 855-450-3733.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app, and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
I can definitely say that I have found the best cryptocurrency wallet. Certainly the best named one. I'm Mark Edge, and I love the Edge wallet. I've been using it for the last few months. You can buy, sell, trade, and hold your cryptocurrency securely. I trust my holdings of all the major cryptocurrencies to Edge wallet, and you should too. No long phrases to memorize, just a username and password. Secure your freedom with Edge wallet. Get it now on Apple or Android in the App Store or at edge.app.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. What if you want to hear the latest episode of Free Talk Live, but all you have is your phone, you forgot to download our archive, and you have no data connection? You can call our Listen line at 641-793-0191. That's a long-distance number, so you may incur charges. If not, listen as long as you want. 641-793-0191. The Free Talk Live Listen line, 641-793-0191.
There are basically two types of advertising, direct response and branding. Radio's great for direct response with its low cost to listener ratio, but audio can't be beat for branding, which is a longer-term endeavor. You want to be the first thing that someone thinks of when they think about your product or service. If you have a local business that you want kept top of mind in your community, call the station. If you need national reach, Free Talk Live's got around 200 radio stations, millions of monthly listening sessions, can suit all budgets, and if we don't think we're right for you, we'll tell you. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. That's updates.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And we've been talking about cryptocurrency, which is, of course, one way of securing your retirement. But if you don't want to get involved in cryptocurrency for some reason, and you're not sure that you're going to have a great retirement, well, Tom Young, the author and founder of the CFO Project, can show you how to be debt-free in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, without spending a single dollar more. And with the current state of the federal debt at $23 trillion and the unfunded liabilities at $127 trillion, you can't wait to take control of your money. So go check out Tom's new book, The Family Money Farm, the CFO Project, because it will show you exactly how to build wealth and eliminate debt. You can find it for free at cfo-project.com. Again, that's cfo-project.com. It's a free book. There's not much reason to not check it out. So the coronavirus is like 70% of the news stories that I've even found worth talking about in the last week or so. Evidently, however, in addition to people just freaking out in general and canceling events all over the place, and governments in the United States banning people from meeting in crowds of more than 250, as though they don't have a constitutionally protected right to meet in whatever numbers they want.
Is that happening now?
Yes.
And has any groups actually been disbanded yet?
I don't remember now. I only saw it. I didn't even put the article in show prep or anything like that.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, some mayor somewhere, decreed that 250 was the maximum crowd you could have.
So again, some person,
some bureaucrat,
yeah, right,
drunk on power,
yep, who's funded with money that was stolen from people, is telling other people what to do. Go figure.
Yeah. But if you're afraid and you want to stock up on stuff, you can evidently do that with Bitcoin.
Yeah, as far as the article goes. Did you want me to read the article?
Yeah.
All right, I'd be happy to. It's been a bit for me, so... how to buy your coronavirus supplies with Bitcoin. This comes from Decrypt, so it's decrypt.co. With supermarkets rationing key products to curb panic buying in the face of coronavirus, we wondered, can you stock up using Bitcoin? Yes, you can. As the coronavirus sweeps the world, countries are resorting to drastic measures to halt its spread. China and Italy have imposed lockdown Those showing symptoms are being encouraged to self-isolate, and supermarkets are facing shortages as shoppers ignore government advice. No, don't ever ignore government advice. You're not supposed to do that. Not to panic buy. Government advice not to panic buy. Fortunately, there are plenty of other places to stock up on essential supplies using your hard-earned Bitcoin.
That is classic government telling people who are panicking not to panic.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of good
and telling
memes.
people exactly what not to panic by, where the rational thing to do when you hear the government saying, don't panic by this, is to make sure you have some of it. Because apparently it's about to disappear from stores. If it wasn't before the government announcement, it will after.
So in supermarkets across the globe, the shelves have been emptied of toilet paper.
Were you laughing about how the image is sourced from Newegg?
Well,
because that's what got my attention and made me laugh.
A combination of all of it, and then just this, it never fails.
Toilet paper is such a weird purchase for dealing with a flu pandemic.
Well, it's about comfort. If it
was about comfort, people would be buying sanitary wipes.
Well, that is a good way to look at it.
And bidets.
Yeah. Well, if there's no power, you're going to have to find some way to run that bidet.
Not this one-ply cardboard toilet paper that they used from Newegg here. Newegg sells toilet paper?
I think Newegg sells anything that they can buy and resell. And if you have that sort of buying power. I always
consider them to be just a computer parts supply.
For years, I used Newegg when I ran a computer store to source parts because it was just cheaper. And
they take Bitcoin.
And they do. And then the Amazon, I've realized one day they sold stuff, not just books. So, yeah, I guess if you have enough buying power, it behooves you to sell anything you can make a nickel on.
I suppose.
Well, even if you don't have much buying power, it behooves you to sell anything you can make a nickel on.
So I think I'm rereading this, but we'll do it anyways. In supermarkets across the globe, the shelves have been emptied of toilet paper. Retailers in the U.S., Canada, and U.K. have had to limit purchases. Fortunately, Newegg has your back with this 24-pack of its finest 2-ply. Each roll has 573 feet long, giving you a generous 13,000 feet of paper to work with. Crypto fans can pay in Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash.
Everything about that just perplexes me.
Well, I like the idea.
Now, this is the sort of toilet paper you'd expect to find in a gas station restroom.
I think that's probably 1-ply. This is at least 2-ply.
Okay.
If I had to guess. They did mention 2-ply, and the last cheap roll I looked at was at a local place where they buy stuff off trucks that have been crashed or whatever, and it was 65 cents for a roll of 1-ply. But 1-ply is better than no ply. At least what I think. So
you are technically correct. Yes.
Well, you just it's more ply if you just sort of wrap it around your hand a couple more times. Don't press so hard. Have a good diet, and there won't be much wiping.
Moving on, please.
Face masks are essential for medical personnel as they battle the coronavirus, but that hasn't stopped the public stocking up, even as health officials pled with them not to purchase them. With supplies running short in East Asia, one enterprising business owner recently used Bitcoin to purchase a bulk order of face masks from Russian medical wholesale supplier Phoenix Group, paying in Bitcoin. The transaction took 30 minutes, with a transfer fee of just $10. In addition to challenging logistic issues, organizations and institutions occupied in face mask encounter the challenge of international money transfers. Bitcoin is to break the deadlock once again, the company said in a statement.
That's very cool. I don't know how effective face masks are in preventing one from being sick. I've heard they're not effective at all.
Yeah, well, the last release I saw from the government said they aren't effective against coronavirus, and besides, it was essential that they be saved for medical personnel. So I didn't know how to reconcile those two statements, because it seems like it's not useful to save ineffective remedies for medical personnel.
Well, I think the issue with medical personnel and the reason they wear a face mask is because of them breathing out, not because of the risk of them breathing something in.
Well, it depends. Certainly that's true in the case of surgeons.
Yeah.
But last time I went to the doctor, everybody was wearing face masks.
Aria, you'll like
the
this
receptionists, everybody.
Yeah, I see the headline for the next one.
This next part about sanitizer. I've seen you railing against that. Hand sanitizer in a particularly short supply at the moment, with UK supermarkets forced to ration supplies. In the U.S., New York State is making its own supplies to meet demand.
I mean, they're not forced to ration them. They could just raise the price and let the market sort itself out.
I mean, that's what I do when I have something in short supply.
Make it easier to order more, since wholesale supplies are surely rising too.
Yeah, demand increases, supply decreases, raise prices. Solve the problem. 855-450-3733.
Ike was such a sweet, lovable animal, and people would want to pet him, and they'd come up and they'd get close to him, and it would be this instant, oh! My dad didn't want to touch him. It's like, ooh, get the stinky dog away from me.
Even after we'd give her a bath, she would still stink.
Very stinky, both bad breath and bad gas. I asked the vet, and he said some dogs are just stinky.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dinovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food. The ingredients convinced me that it was definitely worth trying. After about a week, he started smelling normal. My husband and I were really kind of astonished.
Dinovite is nutrition.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in to talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And the next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to spend, earn, store, and exchange digital money in seconds. Divvy says that you'll be able to send money around the globe in only a swipe and instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. But there's no need to wait, as Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with their multi-tiered masternodes that allows anyone to earn by supporting the Divvy network. When the new wallet launches, because of Divvy's relationship with Western Union, Divvy will be in more than 200 countries, including the United States. You can learn more at divvyproject.org. That's DIVI project.org. So getting back to people freaking out and buying hand sanitizer for some totally unknown reason. The last time I went to the DMV here in Keene, there was this guy sitting next to me because they kept a bottle of hand sanitizer there on the counter. He stood up just every 2 or 3 minutes and put more hand sanitizer on his hands. I don't think people understand the entire point of hand sanitizer.
I don't have any idea. I just figure I'd slap a little on after I've been doing something I'd otherwise not have time to wash my hands for.
If you don't have time to wash your hands, it's acceptable, but it's like just using mouthwash because you don't have time to brush your teeth, right? Oh. It's not nearly as effective.
It's a good idea to brush your teeth every now and then.
It takes 30 seconds of washing your hands vigorously and scrubbing them vigorously using antibacterial soap to bring down the bacteria to an acceptable level. Hand sanitizer dries in seconds. It isn't on your hands anywhere near long enough to kill all the germs.
Mostly alcohol-based, right?
Yeah, and it dries out very, very quickly. The whole point of hand sanitizer is to use it after washing your hands to kill any remnants that were still there. It's not meant to be a hand-washing substitute, but people are doing that. They are buying this hand sanitizer and using it obsessively instead of washing their hands. And it's exacerbating the problem. Just wash your hands, people. It's not hard.
Well, we'll continue with the article. Hand sanitizer in particular shortage. Hand sanitizer is in particularly short supply at the moment. The UK supermarkets forced ration supplies. In the U.S., New York State making its own supplies to meet demand. I think I already read that part. So it's important, though. While hand sanitizer is out of stock everywhere, you can try to make your own by mixing isopropyl alcohol and aloe vera gel, both of which can be from Overstock.com. Overstock accepts Bitcoin for both domestic and U.S. international orders.
Have we reached that point of hysteria, though, where people need to use Bitcoin to buy aloe vera gel and alcohol to make their own hand sanitizer?
The person writing this article took enough time to think so. So maybe.
That's scary.
Have you tried to buy those things
because it's
with
not
dollars?
It's not the coronavirus that scares me. It's what stupid, panicky, hysterical people will do because of their fear of the coronavirus.
Yeah,
well,
fear sells.
I mean, for one thing, fear of shortages is not the same thing as fear of a virus. One can be utterly convinced.
Yes, but what if they buy up all the food?
Well, exactly. That's the rational thought, which means, guess what? If you've got some money in your pocket, you just became a panic buyer, having bought that. So there are it is rational when you know that your neighbors are buying the market out. It is natural to go get some yourself. Even if you think the virus is nothing, you might start making hand sanitizer if
I know, but that
all
only
your friends
reinforces
are going
my point.
crazy for hand sanitizer because you want to make money.
That's literally my point. It's not the virus that people need to be concerned of. It's what these stupid panicking people are going to do that people need to be concerned about.
Okay. Oh, I guess the other thing is that means that you can't necessarily condemn the people who are making the hand sanitizer because they may be doing it for perfectly rational reasons. Like, I want to make money and there's an entrepreneurial opportunity here.
I doubt that's what's going on. If they wanted to make money, they would just sell the Bitcoin. It's got to be more lucrative than selling hand sanitizer.
Not if the price of not if hand sanitizer is in a bubble.
Hand
Bitcoin isn't
sanitizer.
bubbling right now.
We're on a hand sanitizer standard now.
Hey, funny, under the part about sanitizer that was mentioning what you were talking about using a bar of soap. Here's a snip, what looks like an image captured from the World Health Organization. So some government agency, I think. So of course it's going to be true. It says never underestimate the power of humble bar of soap. Washing your hands regularly, either with alcohol-based or ordinary soap and water, is one of the most effective ways to protect yourself and others from the COVID-19 and many other diseases.
Yeah, I have to agree with that wholeheartedly.
Yep, so continuing on the article, we're still talking about soap.
Well, let's get back to washing your hands here. According to the World Health Organization and people who work in industries where it is important that they wash their hands, as I pointed out in the Keen Telegram chat, I am ServSafe certified, so I had to actually study this crap and learn it and how all of it works. You should wash your hands
after...
You've got
your hand washing certificate then?
More or less, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a standard that...
Is that a 2-year or 4-year?
It's tragic that such a thing is even necessary. It is. You have to tell people...
Are you saying it is necessary?
Yes, it's absolutely necessary. You have to tell people that they should wash their hands after sneezing. Even if they sneeze into a Kleenex, you still have to wash your hands. That Kleenex isn't protecting your hands from the germs. It's just protecting your hands from the snot. You morons. Germs don't care about a scrappy little piece of paper between your hand and them. And then they immediately go and they, touch someone, shake their hand or something. That person is up scratching their eye and bam, they're infected. All of it could have been prevented by one person washing their hands after sneezing or coughing. Come on.
Nasty talking monkeys we've become.
Yeah.
Well, there's always a threshold for things, and people vary. Some people are severe germaphobes, and would have us, washing our hands like we had ODD, not ODD, but OCD. Washing our hands 60 times a day, and other people are at the opposite end of the spectrum, and most people, I think, are somewhere in between that.
Can we talk about the
Please
fact
do.
here that the last bullet on this wash your hands list is after handling animal waste?
Yep.
Who has to be told that?
Somebody, because it's on this meme here.
Someone out there, probably half of Americans have to be told that, hey, after you scoop your litter box, you should probably wash your hands.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty wicked and nasty. It's dusty, it gets in your hair. And
that's the kind of thing that scares me, not the coronavirus. It's the people who empty out their cat litter and then don't wash their hands.
I think anybody that needs to be told to wash, maybe this virus is for you.
Well, maybe, although I'll note that apparently a sufficient number of people have been washing their hands just fine in order to in order to not have a plague of things up till now. So I think the real lesson to learn from the coronavirus is not wash your hands more. It's don't have a commie government with bioweapons facilities manufacturing plagues.
Probably with money they stole.
That's a really important part of hygiene that we need to learn about here is governmental hygiene. We don't want to take your government away from you. We just want to have some common sense government control.
Well, there's Lyme disease, which a fair bit of admittedly circumstantial evidence suggests that it was created by the American government.
Yeah.
On I think, Plum Island.
See, I was thinking if I get the coronavirus, I'll try to hook up with a girl who has Lyme disease.
Yeah, there you go. 855-450-FREE.
Jake was in big trouble with the IRS. He owed how much?
$92,000.
Ouch. The IRS left no room for Jake to breathe.
They put a lien on my house, took all the money out of my bank account, took money out of my paychecks. So it was a nightmare.
He needed help fast.
I figured that all these companies were the same until I called tax management. You could just tell they knew what they were talking about. Right then and there, I felt like I had some hope.
Stop the liens, levies, and garnishments fast and qualify for one of several special IRS programs that could reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. So, how'd it go for Jake?
They did what they said they would do. They came through for me. I ended up saving an unbelievable amount. I was so jazzed. I was extremely happy.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, take Jake's advice.
Give Federal Tax Management a phone call. If they help me, they can help anybody.
Call the Federal Tax Management Hotline now. 800-503-8625. 800-503-8625. 800-503-8625.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. There's no reason why you shouldn't live to be at least 100 and have a great time getting there. And I'm going to give you a free copy of my lecture that tells you exactly how to do it. In fact, after you've lived a long and healthy life, there should be only 2 documents in your medical chart, a birth certificate and a death certificate. I'm Dr. Wallach with a warning. If you have a 4-inch medical chart, if you take prescription drugs for high cholesterol, high blood pressure, arthritis, joint pains, and other health issues, the medical profession is failing you. They're using you for an ATM machine. My free lecture is going to reveal what pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know. There's been groundbreaking research and discoveries on how to effectively treat or eliminate over 900 different diseases naturally, and it's all in my free lecture called Deadly Recipe. So call toll-free 1-855-79-YOUNG. Again, that's toll-free 1-855-79-YOUNG. 1-855-79-YOUNG.
Scientology minister Frank D. Linehan was arrested this morning on 471 charges of molesting thetans. The popular 56-year-old minister was reportedly taken into custody after an investigation revealed this week that he sexually abused dozens of thetans in the past year, with many of the ancient alien spirits being as young as 65 million years old.
Church members left these thetans alone with someone they trusted, and Mr. Linehan clearly violated that trust.
According to police reports, the abuse continued as recently as last week when Linehan forced a 70-million-year-old alien spirit to perform oral sex during a level OT2 solo auditing session. Since the allegations against Linehan surfaced, more and more church members have come forward about thetan abuse. Despite the church's efforts to recover from the incident, the scandal may alienate a whole generation of Scientologists.
I don't see how they can expect anyone to continue moving up the bridge to total freedom and achieve clear after this.
This is the Onion News Network.
So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And we're talking about Bitcoin, and in particular, ways in which one can buy stuff with Bitcoin. I would find that to be a much more useful article because you can buy all sorts of stuff with Bitcoin and with Bitcoin Cash. I didn't even know until recently that Newegg accepts Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. I was shocked to discover this because I was just looking around for parts, considering the idea of probably replacing my PC because it kept crashing, and it was like one of 6 things that was going to be the problem, and it was just time to replace it.
I think they've been taking Bitcoin for a long time.
They
Maybe
but I
stopped
had
for a
no
bit. I don't
idea.
know.
And I never knew that Valve, through Steam, accepted Bitcoin briefly. They no longer do, but during some period, you could buy video games directly from Steam with Bitcoin, and I never knew anything about it.
Yeah, these companies are full of smart people, and there's no reason why the smart people wouldn't say, hey, let's use the smart currency that, there's no sort of delay in getting our money, and they just have to figure out the ups and downs. But if they hold long enough, hey, so far it's paying out for the holders.
Maybe the next Steam will offer a cryptocurrency. So instead of buying its service, you basically buy its service with its own coin, the way the Steam website did.
Well, they do sort of have that. They do have, I don't know what they call them anymore, but it is a sort of Steam wallet that you can fund, generally with fiat currency, since they no longer take Bitcoin. But I hate that kind of thing anyway. I don't like proprietary currencies, because that's how, in the end, you end up with like company stores and people living a life where they're constantly in debt to the company that pays them in a currency that only that company takes.
Yeah, that's like the old company store. What they call that in like coal towns.
That's my
like
issue with Amazon being like, hey, we're going to create our own cryptocurrency. Yeah, because we've seen how this plays out. Amazon pays its employees in Amazon's cryptocurrency. They can only buy from Amazon, and it just snowballs.
Yeah. Well, that's why you have exchanges now, though. So if they're playing on an Amazon cryptocurrency, and that crypto is traded on an exchange, then you can trade it for your favorite currency, whatever it is.
Hopefully, but who's to say that Amazon would allow someone to spend their cryptocurrency at the Amazon store if it wasn't from an Amazon employee? I mean, that's the issue with
Amazon
with decentralized
always allows
currencies.
people to buy stuff from them for money.
With USD, perhaps. But why would they allow someone who isn't employed by them to pay them in the Amazon cryptocurrency?
Because they would profit from the float. The more people who use it,
but they would profit
the better.
infinitely more by turning all of their employees into effective slaves who can't get out from underneath Amazon.
I will never hire you as a manager. You really think that's the most effective and profitable way to do business?
Yes, to not pay your employees? Yeah, absolutely.
That's crazy talk. Make your employees hate you. Guess what they're going to do? Especially in that business where you're moving goods, they're going to jack you. They're going to take everything you own if they
because we saw a lot of that during the 19th century in the rise of company stores. We definitely saw a bunch of coal miners just running off with the coal that they were mining from people who effectively owned them.
Actually, what we saw is riots. We saw a lot of things. That's not
after time.
That's not profitable. Those had to be shut down by the government. So that's not going to work under anarcho-capitalism because
there'll be
there's
no government
to shut them down.
Yeah.
So and that's the thing is the government protects the elite from the nobodies. That's what it does.
The elite doesn't need to be protected, though, if they have people, under their heel. This is why the South in the antebellum period kept such vicious control over the black slaves that they owned. It was to keep them from rebelling.
Yeah.
So
it
is working in China as well, with China just doing horrific things to the Chinese people in order to keep them in line, in order to forever prevent them from having the ability to organize and rebel.
But sooner or later, they're going to push it too far, and the people are going to kill them.
One would hope, but not if China has the mechanisms in place that immediately allow them to catch the people involved and put them to death. And they're working very hard on doing that, with police running around with facial recognition and the social credit system and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it worked for Big Brother in 1984. If you have the mechanisms in place, you can, in theory, make it perpetual.
That was a good book.
It was.
I don't know.
Probably one of the only ones I've ever read cover to cover.
Really?
Yeah, 1984.
You're not a reader?
I'm learning to be one.
I'm surprised.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So what else can people buy with cryptocurrency?
Of course, yeah. You?
in all manner of
Just name
capacities,
your price.
if the price is right.
You'll show up and help with the coronavirus. Of course, here we go back to the article. Of course, soap is still recommended for the go-to for a touch of class. You should try Gourmet's soap manufacturer Lush, which accepts Bitcoin, or show your allegiance to crypto of your choice with Bit soaps, which come.
Okay, that's bit silliness.
which come emblazoned with Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum icons. And then they have rations, MREs. I've had these before. Meals ready to eat. If you're forced to self-isolate, heading down.
Are they calling these bit rations?
Well, no, I don't see that yet. Maybe. Well, we'll call them bit rations. If you're forced to self-isolate, heading down to the supermarket for canned food isn't an option. No, what you need are MREs, meals ready to eat.
So how come going online for canned food isn't an option?
I would guess I think the MRE is going to have a higher calorie count, and it's probably going to ship a lot better. So most of them come in bags. You could just ship it in an envelope.
Well, the other thing is MREs are designed not to have stringent storage requirements and to keep for a long time. So, you might put away 10,000 of these things, and maybe in 5 years we'll need these.
You could have a whole box of MREs versus a whole box of like beans or tuna or whatever your other canned meat. And I'm sure the MREs are going to go a lot farther. When I had to eat these things, an entire what they considered a meal, you could certainly stretch at least for 2 days. But eating that thing in 1 day was really more than, especially if you had a sedentary job. If you weren't if you weren't using a lot of energy, you didn't need it replaced.
Yeah. Although keep in mind that just because they're both called MREs doesn't mean they're necessarily going to be the same size, shape, and quality if they come from different manufacturers.
Yes, the MRE, that the government standard may be a lot more stringent than what nobody would consider an MRE and sell to you for Bitcoin. Hopefully, nobody's MRE would be even better than the government's.
Well, I don't know. It would depend on what prices I could get what at and how much my customers wanted to pay. So a lot of times I sold middies because I had a set of customers who just couldn't afford to smoke headies. And so I sold mid-grade, and I have no shame for selling mid-grade because it some of those guys wouldn't have been smoking weed at all if I hadn't had the mid-grade.
Thank you for qualifying to me what a MIDI is.
Yeah, well, I figured you would know, but
I assumed you meant the audio file.
No,
that's MIDI.
Different kind of MIDI.
Yeah, well, it's good. It works.
Selling middies. I guess that's an approach.
Yeah, see that's the terminology up here: middies and headies, or at least it was. I don't know what it is now.
The idea of a meal ready to eat that is meatloaf scares me.
Yeah, there's not a lot of water in that thing. So just figure if you consume it, you want to consume water with it. You won't you won't make that mistake but a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, if they found a way
to... It's like meatloaf jerky, basically.
Well,
why not just buy a can of SpaghettiOs?
Well, I mean, probably this is going to be... it's going to last a lot longer than SpaghettiOs.
Well, the other thing is by having the food somewhat dehydrated, if you have to carry a lot of them on a long trek, you're not carrying all that water. You can drink water later at the site, and you've saved yourself a lot of mass.
I suppose I'm not a prepper though.
These things are created for the military, so they're going to be thinking, how many of these can I march with?
Well, if you had a box of these, you personally could make it last a very long time.
I have no desire to do that though. 855-450-3733. What are your thoughts on ready-to-eat meals? 855-450-FREE.
Free Talk Live is now on more than 200 radio stations nationwide. We've had more than 18 million podcast downloads, and we claim millions of listens a month. We're a multimedia ad venue with print, email, web, and terrestrial radio marketing platforms. We strive to have ad packages that cater to advertisers big and small. Contact me today at marketfreetalklive.com to see what we can do for you. Marketfreetalklive.com. If you're a local advertiser, contact this station. But if you can service a national audience, contact me, marketfreetalklive.com. Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward Liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer, internet connectivity, initiative, and a belief in the non-aggression principle, you're qualified. Earn up to $85,000 a year full-time, $25,000 a year part-time. Set your own hours, work from home, spread freedom. Join our team and work with one of the biggest leaders in the Liberty movement. Apply now at sales.freetalklive.com. Sales.freetalklive.com.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com to receive our usually weekly news updates by email. Plus, we have a Twitter account at twitter.freetalklive.com, and you can follow us on the decentralized Mastodon platform at toot.freetalklive.com. So please follow us at toot.freetalklive.com and sign up for our emails at news.freetalklive.com.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 3 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,652, silver at $16.95, and Bitcoin is trading around $7,921. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals, high-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, according to the map of global COVID-19 cases provided by the Center for Systems Science and Engineering at Johns Hopkins University, the total number of confirmed cases in the United States is 808, while the total cases worldwide has climbed to 118,101. The map indicates that there are 4,262 deaths worldwide, with 29 occurring in the U.S. The Mind Unleashed reports the map uses data from WHO, CDC, ECDC, NHC, DXY, and local media reports. The map is only as accurate as the data coming from the organizations and local media. It's important to remember that only those patients who are tested can be confirmed and thus accounted for in the data. At least 17 U.S. states have now declared state of emergency or made disaster declarations. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. The FBI has spent months trying to get an interview with Prince Andrew about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. But investigators have had no luck getting him to speak on the record about the case. The Mind Unleashed reports New York prosecutors told the press this week that the prince has completely shut the door on cooperating with authorities. They are now considering what further legal action can be taken. Andrew continues to deny any wrongdoing or knowledge of Epstein's many crimes, despite a growing body of evidence indicating that he was involved. Manhattan attorney Jeffrey Berman described the prince as a co-conspirator. Andrew has previously promised to help investigators with the case, but has since removed himself from public life. He has also refused requests for interviews that investigators have sent to him. Andrew has made no public comments about the matter, since promising to speak with investigators after his BBC interview, where he made numerous claims that were later exposed as lies. The U.S. Navy is secretly developing armed robot submarines that are controlled by onboard artificial intelligence, which could potentially kill without explicit human control. The Office of Naval Research is involved with the development of an AI system called Claws, which the agency described in budget documents as an autonomous undersea weapon system for clandestine use. Claws will, quote, increase mission areas into kinetic effects, end quote. According to a report by New Scientist, details of the killer submarines were made available as part of the 2020 budget documents. However, not much more is known. Very few details were publicly provided about the top-secret project, beyond the fact that it will use sensors and algorithms to carry out complex missions on its own. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
Thomas the Tank Engine says he's a little uneasy with his broad autistic following, and a couple has a nest egg of debt to make sure they've got some money to owe down the road. This is the Onion Week in Review. Local video editor James Korf told reporters Wednesday that despite having said goodbye over 10 minutes ago, his friend, Michael Woodward, still remained active on GChat and had shown no signs of leaving.
If it were yellow, it would mean that he hasn't been on the computer for a little while, or if it was red, it would mean he doesn't want to talk, but it's green. I can tell. I can see it right there.
Korf later said that he felt briefly relieved when Woodward's chat logo turned orange, but was once again dejected when it became green within seconds. And in this week's op-ed pages, a high school guidance counselor laments the fact that no one in his entire damn school has been molested. In other news, a bedbug feels bad for an area man, but a bug's gotta eat. A development exec wants to see what, where, and how that would look, live, and play out. And a man at the gym is just watching TV. For more, visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. Or if you want clearer quality, like our next caller, you can use the Discord call-in lines that you can find at discord.freetalklive.com. With you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And let's go straight to the phones. We got Steven calling, who regularly co-hosts the show. Steven, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hey, Aria, and nobody, and everyone.
Hey, Steven.
You were talking about where you can spend Bitcoin, how you can spend Bitcoins. And I learned a new place recently that I love. It's called, I hate going out of my house or leaving my office. I work all the time. So I love staying at work and having food delivered right to me. And so...
Oh, yeah, I love DoorDash. Is there a version of that takes crypto?
Exactly. It's DoorDash.
DoorDash? You can use crypto with DoorDash?
Yeah, you can spend Dash or Bitcoin SV or Bitcoin Cash or a number of others with DoorDash now. You have to go to egifter.com. That's egifter.com. And then you can buy DoorDash gift cards.
Gotcha.
With your Bitcoins, your Dash, your Bitcoin Cash. And then You can get deliveries from places like maybe half of the restaurants in your area. It's really a great service.
Oh, I did not realize this until I looked it up just now, because you reminded me that you can buy gift cards from giftcards.bitcoin.com, but it's powered by eGifter as well, evidently.
Bro, that's right. And when you buy a DoorDash gift card here with Dash, you get Dash back. So say you like to go to a restaurant and you like to order from them. Well, if you use Dash, then you get like 3 to 5 or even 7% off, or you get that 5% right back to your Dash wallet if you use eGifter.
That's really cool. And have you set that up with eGifter?
Well, eGifter they process a bunch of different types of Bitcoins, maybe more than a dozen. And I have helped them process some of them. Definitely not all of them. So anyone who has a bunch of different coins can go and get DoorDash. I'm just mostly excited that I get to have my favorite restaurants delivered to me for cryptos, and I don't even have to leave anymore.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I would prefer that DoorDash actually directly take Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and all of these other cryptocurrencies. Of course, that's the end goal, right? I think these third-party sites that utilize gift cards and things like that are necessary intermediary steps to showing DoorDash and Domino's and Pizza Hut and wherever else that, there is a market for this if they will natively support it.
You're right. It would be easier if DoorDash, and I'll say when DoorDash has Bitcoins integrated right into the app. But even better than that, maybe, so that's like step 2. We're on step 1, where you can get deliveries from anywhere with Bitcoins or Dash if you get a gift card. Step 2, like you just said, is where DoorDash accepts these currencies natively right in the app. But I think the ultimate goal is where when you use DoorDash and you pay with Bitcoins, the Bitcoin goes right to the owner of the business,
Right.
and DoorDash gets their cut in the same payment, so that even the business owners are getting Bitcoins. I think that would be the ultimate goal, because I want all the business owners and everyone around me to be earning Bitcoins, because they get more freedom that way.
Yeah. And there's, as we were talking about in the first hour, there's no gatekeeper for you to use your Bitcoin. You don't have to ask anyone's permission. You don't have to get a bank to authorize it. If you want to send Bitcoin for something, you can do that. The only person who has to approve it is you. And I think that's
right.
invaluable.
So we can convince people. I mean, I guess we can teach people and help them understand why having Bitcoins and using them in their business is better. Yeah, but phase 2 is definitely getting that right in the DoorDash app. So I wanted to tell you about egifter.com. If you use Dash in particular, you get Dash back.
So if you buy the card with Dash, you get Dash back, is what you're saying?
That's right. Yeah. So if you buy you can buy $10, $25, you're going to get 5 to 10% back right in your Dash wallet. So if you use Dash as an extra perk that they have, otherwise you can use the other coins.
Right.
And they don't just support DoorDash. So I learned about DoorDash only last week on eGifter, and I was so stoked. But they have all kinds of other retailers, like most of the major retailers that you know of are on egifter.com, and you can get Dash back on all of those, like places like Target and Home Depot and all kinds, even like Sephora makeup and Adidas, all kinds of places.
It'd be a good way to lock in some profits too. If you didn't want to exchange or cash out the old-fashioned way, you could buy the cards, and then your Bitcoins are sort of locked in at whatever price you buy the gift card for.
That's a good way of saying it. I don't like to talk about like profits in terms of fiat currency, but you're right. If you think that if any time you want to lock in your value, you can exchange it for some real goods, like some shoes or something important. And
the
also,
only thing that concerns me about the gift cards is, and I don't know about eGifter, but with some of these places like keysforcoins.com, which allows you to still buy game keys for Steam using Bitcoin Cash or Dash or whatever, is that these keys will ultimately be rejected by Steam, and you won't have any way to get your Bitcoin back.
So you're saying there's a lot of fraud on these other platforms.
Yeah, and I don't know. Presumably, if you buy something from eGifter, because they're a recognized site, it's going to ultimately be legitimate.
Yeah, my experience with these websites is whenever you buy it, you get a code that you plug into the app, and then you get a credit for whatever dollar amount you bought it for.
But who's to say someone else doesn't get that code? You know, if Domino's or DoorDash or whoever took it directly, you would know with certainty.
I think once a code, I'm speculating, but I know when I did this with Amazon cards years ago, once I put the code in, it was immediately in my Amazon account. So I would expect that they have some mechanism on the back end that they, once it's transferred, it's not going to go to anybody else's. So somebody would have to double spend, send out two codes at the exact same time.
Double spend the code.
Sure.
Yeah, you're totally right.
But I mean, that's not impossible.
But there are problems. Aria's right. There are problems with that, and eGifter they have great support, and it's no problem at all. You're totally right. We will get Bitcoins directly right in the app, so you don't have to deal with these codes, because it doesn't make sense. Like, why are you buying $100 coupon when you need to spend $85?
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted you to know about DoorDash. It's really great.
Yeah, I love DoorDash. I started using them about 2 weeks ago, and now I can't imagine life without it. The only thing that sucks here in Keene, they don't deliver past midnight, and it's not until after midnight that I'm drunk and wanting something delivered to me.
You could probably
I want stuff delivered all the time, because here's an important economic lesson. The more you can specialize in what you do best, the more profits you're going to achieve. And going to fetch food, it probably isn't your best talent. So you might as well hire someone to do that for you.
Yeah, I experienced that with Uber. So, for example, you talk about nobody does it after 12.
Nobody does it all day and night long.
You can't miss an opportunity.
To give you an example, and to
there.
back up Stephen's point, a few weeks ago, while very drunk, I wanted some Sour Patch Kids, and I couldn't drive. So I paid someone $30 to bring me a bag of Sour Patch Kids. Now, if DoorDash had been delivering or something, I could have gotten an entire meal for that price.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a steak from DoorDash the other day. Instead of interrupting my work, I just had it delivered right to my desk.
Yeah, I love it. DoorDash is amazing. Stephen, thank you so much for the call, and thank you for letting us know about eGifter and the fact that I can buy DoorDash gift cards with Bitcoin Cash and Dash. I'm definitely not going to put that to use in 2.5 hours. This is Free Talk Live.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynavite for help. Order a 90-day supply of Dynavite. Pick up 2 bottles of Lico Chops, get the 3rd bottle free. New improved Lico Chops with omega-6, omega-3, vitamin E, and now 6 extra direct-fed microbials. Even better for the digestive tract and immune system. And dogs love it. Try Lico Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free. This is Henry Lukasevic for Dynavite.
DINOVITE.com.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
My name is Angel Rach. I'm a mother of 2 teenage children, and I fought all the way to the Supreme Court for the right to use the medicine that saved my life. I've been permanently disabled for 10 years, with an inoperable brain tumor, wasting syndrome, and several other serious conditions. For 4 years, I was in a wheelchair, in so much pain I couldn't even hug my kids. The hardest part was looking in their eyes and seeing how much they were suffering because of my medical condition. The medicine that gave me my life back and gave my kids their mom back was cannabis, also known as medical marijuana. With medical marijuana, I can walk, maintain my weight, and I can be a mom. Without it, my doctors believe that I would die. To learn more about medical marijuana, contact Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or on the web at mpp.org.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
Live video of our key New Hampshire-based shows is streamed on DLive. Please follow and share at dlive.lrn.fm. That's dlive.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And the coronavirus isn't going to stop ForkFest, so you can join liberty-minded voluntarists, anarchists, and libertarians from June the 29th until July the 5th for ForkFest 2020 at Rogers Campground in the beautiful White Mountains of New Hampshire. ForkFest is happening the week after the Porcupine Freedom Festival this year, and where better to spend Independence Day than around other freedom-loving activists in the Shire. There's no ticket cost. All you have to do is reserve your camping site, your RV site, or your motel room with Rogers Campground for June the 29th until July the 5th. You can just relax and go camping, or you can create whatever experience or event you want other liberty lovers to have. But if you're planning an event for ForkFest, be sure to let others know in advance. You can do that using the unofficial Telegram chat or the ForkFest forum. Links to those are on the unofficial website, forkfest.party. Again, that's forkfest.party. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be the best ForkFest yet, for sure.
Yeah, and Rogers is that's over July 4th weekend. So if you haven't made some reservations, you can wait till the last minute. Maybe you can stay with somebody, but you just plan ahead.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Well, that's what I've done. Let's go to the phones. We've got Jabaya calling. Jabaya, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hello.
Doesn't look like he's still there. Going once. Okay. Good talk.
Call back.
On the subject of Bitcoin, Peter Schiff, I brought in this article, but he talks a lot of crap about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular. But in this most recent little spiel from him, he sounds so remarkably salty. And for those who are on the older side of things who don't know the vernacular, that he just sounds very jealous, very upset, very much like he's been crying. Hence the phrase salty. Very butthurt about something is another term that I've used a lot. So Peter Schiff has taken yet another dig at Bitcoin today, or yesterday, pinching media house CNBC of not covering the Bitcoin crash enough. The Bitcoin hasn't crashed, it's just on sale. He accused that if Bitcoin had been soaring instead of crashing, CNBC would have given it nonstop coverage. Are either of you familiar with CNBC?
Yeah, they're pretty pro crypto.
Are they? That's good.
They talk about it in mostly positive terms sometimes.
Okay. Well, he might have a point then. He said that CNBC has not even mentioned Bitcoin today. They spent months pumping Bitcoin as digital gold, a store of value that would outshine gold as a safe haven during times of market turbulence. If Bitcoin was soaring today instead of crashing, the coverage would have been nonstop.
And that is an extremely foolish view of Bitcoin, I would say, the whole digital gold idea, because it's anything but stable. It didn't exist 10 years ago.
I think maybe the digital gold
argument
or point is about scarcity. You know, like gold's valuable because it's scarce, but, you know, Bitcoin is valuable because it's, you know, provably scarce, as it said.
Yeah, but you have to be both scarce and wanted. And like right now, if somebody asked me what cryptocurrencies I'll take, Bitcoin is going to be like the last that I list, if I included it all, because mostly because of the fees.
It would be the first one I would list,
and
without a doubt.
Probably because it's I've been saying for a long time that it's overvalued, because BTC doesn't do anything that BCH doesn't do. As a matter of fact, BCH does a lot of things that BTC doesn't do. Those are Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash symbols, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt. But BTC right now has, they've got the name recognition. So everybody, most people, if they say...
People can learn 3 more letters.
Yeah, they certainly can. And I'm sure they will. As the wheels begin to fall off, these other things are going to be there.
That's the thing. As long as if the only reason that Bitcoin is higher is because it's the only one that customers know about, then that's going to be reserved to then people are going to get into Bitcoin and then end up drifting into other parts of the market. So,
well, isn't that what we all did?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, it works. So Bitcoin is the gateway drug to cryptocurrency, I suppose.
Yeah, I would say I'm sort of agnostic. I would use any one that anybody wants to take.
Yeah, I would accept almost any cryptocurrency that someone was willing to pay me. Because if nothing else, it can probably flip into one that would be more useful for me.
It's a lot easier to switch from dollars, switch cryptos than it is to change dollars into Canadian or some other foreign currency.
That's absolutely true. And it's nice to have a Bittrex account because then you can just turn anything into anything.
So Schiff is one of the fiercest critics of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Taking his criticism forward, he argued that Bitcoin is no longer a non-correlated asset and will now respond in line with other risk-prone assets like equities and bonds. However, who was ever arguing that Bitcoin is a non-correlated asset? Correlated to what? And this may be an economic term with which I'm unfamiliar, but it's going to be correlated to the market and to what is happening in the economy. I mean, if everybody is broke and scrambling, that's obviously going to affect Bitcoin.
Yeah, when he says non-correlated asset, that's almost certainly industry jargon where everybody knows what it's supposed to be correlated with. But if you looked up the term in Investopedia, you would probably find it.
Yeah, he has for many years, I read, I forgot what the name of the book was, but that was one of the first books I read, liberty-related, money, economics, things.
Peter Schiff wrote this book?
The Coming Crash or something like that. Basically.
Yeah, I think I read that one too.
Yeah, and it was, basically about how governments cheat the money supply, and this is what you end up with. And so
Peter Schiff,
absolutely,
wrote this book.
Yeah.
Well, this book, I don't know what you're referring to. The book I'm talking about? It's The Coming Crash, or I don't remember the exact name of the book, but...
why is he criticizing cryptocurrency then?
Well, not about Bitcoin. That's what I'm leading into. I think he has quite a following of people of, Euro Pacific Capital. That's his thing, to help people, sort of save their money and keep the government out of it. Or maybe make it so that they have enough of it to pay the government. I don't know.
Yeah.
But my point being is that he has a following of people who are about hard money. So silver, gold, properties, things like that. So,
So he's a gold maximalist?
Sure, maybe.
Yeah.
More so than he is Bitcoin maximalist.
I definitely want to hold some precious metal along with my Bitcoin, because how am I going to spend Bitcoin when the power is out or the internet's down?
Right.
You better have some precious metal. It's not one or the other, but I think that's a good way to put it. He's a gold maximalist.
Well, that's certainly one way to go. More about Peter Schiff in a moment. This is Free Talk Live, 855-450-3733.
I want to tell you about my favorite cryptocurrency wallet, Edge Wallet, at edge.app. Edge is the wallet I use more than any other, and that was true long before Edge Wallet became a sponsor of Free Talk Live. Edge Wallet allows you to buy, sell, trade, and securely hold your cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and more. It's available for both Android and iOS, and you can download it via the Play or App Store or via Edge Wallet's website, edge.app. Secure your freedom with Edge Wallet.
Free Talk Live is now on more than 200 radio stations nationwide. We've had more than 18 million podcast downloads, and we claim millions of listens a month. We're a multimedia ad venue with print, email, web, and terrestrial radio marketing platforms. We strive to have ad packages that cater to advertisers big and small. Contact me today at mark@freetalklive.com to see what we can do for you. mark@freetalklive.com. If you're a local advertiser, contact this station. But if you can service a national audience, contact me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, connect with others via the forum at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market.
Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And speaking of economic collapse and gold and Bitcoin and, the government destroying its currency with a debt of $23 trillion and $127 trillion that it ultimately is, owed to various people, you should take control of your money. Don't let your retirement savings be used to bail out the government. Instead of just building a plan for you, Tom Young, the author and founder of the CFO Project, can show you how to create strategies now to save money without penalties and with as little government involvement as possible. His new book, The Family Money Farm, the CFO Project, will show you exactly how to build wealth and eliminate debt at the same time. To get your free copy, just go to cfo-project.com. Invest in yourself and your family today. Again, that's cfo-project.com. Well, let's go to the phones. We got Russell calling from Illinois. Russell, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hello, how you doing? I'm talking about Peter Schiff. If you're going to talk about him, at least know a little bit more about him. He's actually owned an investment firm for 30-plus years, Euro Pacific Capital. He called the 2008 downturn. He called the dot-com bubble in 2000. So he has some predictions, so he knows what he's talking about. Okay?
No doubt.
If you're just going to talk
he's
about
a big Ron Paul
because he doesn't
supporter,
like
too.
something you don't like, that's fine. But, do some research. Don't put – he's exactly opposed to Paul Krugman. He's completely different.
Oh, okay. Fair points.
Sorry.
I would definitely say he's along the lines of an Austrian economist.
I mean, we were discussing this during the last segment, though, how he's, a gold maximalist and not a cryptocurrency enthusiast.
Yeah, but his arguments against Bitcoin are just not out of the blue. They're actually, if you listen to them, they're correct. Okay, in the long run, he might be proven wrong, or he might be proven correct. But there are legitimate arguments that he has against Bitcoin.
Can you give me an example?
The fact that they talk about Bitcoin on MSCP is a bad thing because they always talk about stuff in order to prop up the thing they're talking about, whether it be a stock or in this case Bitcoin. But you do not actually want them promoting something on that channel because they pump things up. Does that make sense? I'm talking about, but not the investment.
Sure, but that's about them and not Bitcoin itself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think that Bitcoin is a useful thing because having tried to trade in silver, for example, if I go to PorcFest, a camping festival we have, and I can pay people in silver, okay, but that's like a $24 bill that you can't give change for. So
Bitcoin might have a purpose as an exchange. I mean, even Peter Schiff says that he actually believes in blockchain, and that will be the future. But it's the idea that Bitcoin is a store of value that he has problems with.
That's nonsense. Bitcoin is not a store of value. Bitcoin is a means of means of exchange.
Okay, you're both talking at the same time, and I'm not able to catch what either one of you are saying.
Go ahead.
I don't know how you can say that Bitcoin isn't a medium of exchange or a store of value, because it has literally been storing value for the past 10 years. And that value has been steadily increasing for the last 10 years.
That's called, that's called a speculation, not a store of value.
But it has literally done that. It has literally stored value for people for the last 10 years.
Okay. Now, if you're looking for a stable investment...
You understand the difference between speculation, okay?
It's not speculation. Speculation is the future. The past 10 years is literally what happened.
Okay. You're talking though to somebody with who's arguing for a metal that has a 5,000-year history of going up
so
regularly.
We're penalizing
so
Bitcoin
the fact
because
that
it's a new
something's been
invention?
around for 10 years or 20 years is not. There's no
So yes, the answer is we're penalizing Bitcoin because it's a new idea invented by all of these young whippersnappers with their skateboards on the sidewalk.
We're not penalizing anything.
But that's what you're
first
saying.
off, we're
that's
not
what you're saying. It's
children.
only been around for 10 years. It doesn't have gold's 5,000-year-long history. Well, in 5,000 years, it won't have gold's 10,000-year-old history. But it will still be doing what it does.
But it will if it still exists, and it almost certainly won't.
No, because gold will always have that.
No,
gold will always have that age advantage.
Yes.
What's the argument, Russell?
You don't even understand what speculation is.
Russell, you're the one who does it because I'm talking about the last 10 years of Bitcoin's history that proves it was a store of value. Not only did it store value for people, it increased that value substantially, overwhelmingly, the biggest, most profitable store of value for the last decade.
Okay, so it's a store of value, but maybe not have been the best store of value at times.
It was provable. That's not speculation, Russell. That's literally what just happened in the last decade.
Whoa.
Speculation is about the future. What happened is about the past.
No. If
yes,
the next
you
decade
can't.
is not worth anything, that will be a speculation.
Russell, thank you so much for the call. This is moronic. You can't speculate on something that provably happened in the past. If you're speculating, you're speculating on the future, not what has literally
apparently you're not
occurred.
Understanding what economists mean when they use the word speculation.
They're talking about speculating in the future.
What economists mean when they use the word speculation, they're talking about speculators. They're talking about people who buy something in hopes that it will go up. So to say that price was a result of speculation is not to say the same as you're speculating about what the price was.
Well, that's what the word means, though. And it is saying that the only reason Bitcoin increased in value is because of people.
Because that is not how the word speculate
I'm the ignorant one because I'm suggesting that the
economics.
last 10 years are speculative and that we can't prove.
Okay,
because it's
do
all
you know what a
speculative.
speculator does?
Hey, stop yelling at me.
Do you know what a speculator does?
I know exactly what they do. They speculate.
Okay, and the result
I'm not
of that...
speculating on what happened during the last 10 years, though. That's the part you're not getting.
No, but the people who are holding Bitcoin are speculating about what's going to happen in the next 10
That's the future.
years.
We're talking about the past. And the past
Exactly.
proves.
They're speculating about the future.
My point
and they're
is,
holding because they've
Rich,
speculated that it
calm
might
down.
be a good deal.
My point is that the last 10 years proved that Bitcoin was a store of value.
Well,
and that doesn't
I'm sure
mean it'll be a
if you
store
look
of value
far
tomorrow.
enough back in history...
Rich, stop interrupting me. That doesn't mean that Bitcoin will be a store of value tomorrow. But it was a store of value. It's provably
Great. There was a
10-year value.
There was a 10-year period when tulips were a great store of value in wherever, Holland. That doesn't mean that that's going to be true forever.
Why do you act like I'm speculating on the future? I'm clearly talking about the last 10 years proving that Bitcoin was, keyword was, a store of value.
Okay, people who buy and sell a commodity are called speculators, and since you own Bitcoin, you are absolutely a speculator.
It's not a commodity, it's a currency.
Tomato, same diff. You can also speculate in currencies. Guess what? Speculator is another way of saying investor.
And again, you're talking about what Bitcoin is going to do in the future. I'm talking
yes,
about...
that's exactly what they're speculating about.
But we're not even talking about that. I'm talking about the last 10 years that demonstrably, mathematically, economically prove that Bitcoin was a store of value for people
one particular point of time, which is over. So it doesn't tell you anything about the future.
We never have certainty in the future. We don't know that gold will have any value whatsoever
all
tomorrow.
We've got is speculators.
Yeah, and that's true.
And that's the whole point, is the value of everything is based on speculation.
Which is equally true of gold.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's 5,000-year-old history doesn't matter any more than Bitcoin's 10-year history.
The only thing is there's no question in anybody's mind about whether gold is going to break next week because there is a bug in it nobody found.
No, Rich, they are speculating it. They are speculating that gold won't break. They don't know that.
Okay, gold is going to be the same next week. If the molecular structure of gold starts breaking down,
you should learn quantum mechanics.
Matter. It's physical.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon you'll need a plan and place to survive. Forget bunkers. You're not a live underground gopher. You need survivalist camps, the ultimate fully functional, off-the-grid mobile survival bug-out house that's well-equipped and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Bold statement? You bet. See them now at survivalistcamps.com. That's survivalistcamps.com. Trust your family's survival to survivalistcamps.com.
Get healthy, not high, with 100% pure CBD powerful natural pain relief from Veterans Vitality. GCN listeners, have you ever thought about how CBD may help you? I'm sure you have heard about the many benefits of CBD. Well, here's your opportunity to try before you buy. Created by veterans and for everyone who deserves better choices, our CBD is derived from organic hemp, grown in the USA and third-party tested. Veterans Vitality CBD saves you as much as 25 to 50% over our competition, and a portion of all sales is contributed to veteran nonprofits and events. Many of our customers have experienced improved quality of life, help with anxiety, PTSD, and overall well-being. Our products do not contain THC. They are safe, non-addictive, effective, and 100% legal. GCN listeners, get your free trial bottle of premium CBD by simply paying shipping and handling at GCNFreeCBD.com. That's GCNFreeCBD.com. Again, GCNFreeCBD.com. Offered by Veterans Vitality Premium CBD.
This is Fred.
Hi, I'm Fred.
Fred's a repeater.
I tend to repeat.
Fred has a business.
I do have a business.
And a problem. Fred repeats the same tired advertising over and over, and now it doesn't work.
Over and over.
But Fred is about to see a vision.
I'm seeing a vision.
Advertising on the Genesis Communications Network is the smart way for Fred to reach his potential customers with the most affordable national advertising rates, period. Get started today with GCN, the Genesis Communications Network. Just email advertise@gcnlive.com.
When you're coping with bad news and the news media come calling, and they will, don't clam up. As notorious political figures find out the hard way, the cover-up can be worse than the crime. So get out in front of unfavorable news about your company, your group, or organization, or yourself. The sooner you confront a negative story, the sooner it will be over. Responding as quickly to negative stories as you do to positive ones enhances your credibility. Hiding embarrassing information or lying will do more damage than damage control. Never stonewall. Tell your side of the story, use specifics, and detail what corrective action has already been taken. Respond in kind. If the issue is emotional, don't sound like a cold, unemotional Mr. Spock. For more tips on critical communication skills for the way things are now, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and our main feed that includes everything. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live, talk radio that you control. You can call in and talk about whatever is on your mind. That toll-free number is 855-450-3733. And with you tonight, it's Aria.
And Gray.
And nobody.
And I want to say thank you to David, who is tonight's amplifier. He's a silver amplifier, which is all you need to join the AMP program. You can find out more about it at amp.freetalklive.com. But essentially, it's money that is used strictly to advertise, market, and promote Free Talk Live. So if you like the show and you like what we're doing, you might consider checking out the AMP program. We would certainly appreciate it. And David, we certainly appreciate you. We hope you enjoy the show, and we hope you continue amplifying it to help us get on more radio stations, more followers on DLive, Twitch, all of that awesome stuff.
Thanks, David.
Well, let's go. I don't want to. Let's get back to this story from Peter Schiff. Well, we have James on hold. I mean, he's been irate lately. He's not calling in with points. He's just calling in to say, oh, you're lucky to be alive. Look how manly I am. I'm such an internet tough guy, and I don't want to deal with it. James,
yeah,
screw off. Have a good night.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I do, but not if all he's going to do is basically read out verbatim the kind of crap he types into the toxic user room on Discord that you can find at discord.freetalklive.com. Avoid the toxic user room, though, because
there's a toxic user in there.
There very much is. The only person I've ever blocked on Discord.
Wow.
So anyway, after reeling just under the $10,000 mark for weeks, Bitcoin has seen a sharp fall in the last few days. Oh, it certainly has, too. After being priced at around $8,500 on March the 1st, Bitcoin is now dropped to less than $7,850 this morning, and the fall doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. I think I actually saw it at 75 at one point today, but I don't recall now. Moreover, a global slowdown in general validates Schiff's argument that Bitcoin is no longer a non-correlated asset, which isn't all that bad. In fact, it's a great sign in many ways, as the accusation that Bitcoin alone is volatile will go down and dusted. One would hope, but that doesn't seem to be the likely outcome. Anyway, let's go to the phones. We got Robert calling from Ohio. Robert, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hi. So I want to know what your guys' opinions are as far as the census goes. I kind of feel that it's an unconstitutional thing, especially most of the questions that are asked on it. I guess if they want to know how many people are in the country, that's one thing, although I still don't feel like I should have any obligation to answer their stupid questions and stuff, and I have every intention just to destroy the mailing and just not answer. So what are your guys' opinions on the 2020 census?
That sounds pretty accurate, what you just said.
I think I would like it if the fleas of 1,000 camels found the tents of the people who put out the census, and I applaud you for ignoring them, and I thank you for your service.
Yeah, that's essentially the way I would handle it. If a census taker came to my door, I would either not answer, or I would say, no, you work for the government, get the hell off my property.
Or you control them and do whatever you want with that paper.
Just waste as much of their time as possible.
Or you can go one step further and take the job. Because they're advertising for census takers. It's like $25 an hour plus mileage.
That would be fun. Just go from door to door and say, "I'm from the government, you knee-biting jerk."
Except I would never want to work for the government my entire life.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
The
on
only
that.
way I would want to work for the government is if I would have an opportunity for monkey wrenching.
Like the census job, you could certainly have the job for monkey wrenching there until they caught you. So basically, you'd be making whatever they pay you to be an activist.
And if you were going to work for the government, a census taker is probably the least screwed up way that you could work for the government, because by then people do volunteer you that information, and they probably do volunteer it to census takers because they work for the government and, quote, you can't lie to the government. But
I mean, I'm not initiating force, so I guess it would be the best if I really had to work for the government. I'm not initiating any force. So
yeah, I think the only real force there is the fact that you would effectively be paid via taxation.
Well, also there is the threat of a $100 fine if you don't take the census.
Is there?
Yeah. They threatened me with that in I think it was 2000, the 2000 census. I was in Florida, and they sent me the long form of the census thing, and I had read the Constitution, and it said they could enumerate the people. So I took a big red magic marker, and instead of answering their 50 questions, I wrote a big 3 over the whole page, and I sent it back to them. And so then they sent this little Japanese woman to my door, cute as a button, and she started asking me questions. And as soon as I found out she was census, every question she asked me, I would say 3.
How do you know she was Japanese?
Well, actually, at the end of it, she was saying things like, "Well, we won't use. We know you won't. We don't use this information for anything except to apportion representatives." And I said, "Really? Are you Japanese?" And she said, "Yeah."
Oh.
And I said, "Did you know that your people were thrown in internment camps during World War II, and that they were almost certainly located due to the census?" And she got a little pale.
Did she know that?
Huh?
Did she appear to know that?
Well, she didn't appear to want to acknowledge that point at all. But then again, there it is.
Robert, thank you so much for the call. It's an interesting topic, all the more interesting because, I mean, you're right, Rich. It was the census that caused people in 1930s Germany to just put down that they were Jews because they thought nothing about it. And then, oh no, the Nazi government had all of this paperwork showing them exactly who the Jews were.
Yeah, I think there's a checkbox on tax returns now for cryptocurrency users.
There are.
So that might be part of that too. Who knows?
And the census form has a place for people who are Hispanic and who are now, essentially being rounded up and put into concentration camps, just like Japanese people were in the 40s.
Yeah, the king likes to know what all of his peasants are doing.
And it's better, I think, for us to not let the king know what we're doing.
Amen.
I think that they found the proper solution to kings and King James the First, but I can't say what they did to him on the radio.
I'm assuming they executed him?
Yes, it's said that his screams were heard all over London.
That's something for me to Google.
Yes.
Because now I'm curious.
Yes. I'm hoping I got the king right.
I'm sure it happened to at least one of them.
There's been a lot of kings throughout history, and I'm sure a lot of them were executed.
Yeah.
They may be ridden out of town on a rail. That actually happened, right?
Yeah. Well, this involves a red-hot poker.
Oh, it doesn't seem that was the case. Well, for some reason it brought up King Charles the First, not King James the First. This is a very weird. But King Charles was beheaded, so I mean, he didn't. That seems to be what largely happened to kings throughout history. Is that's how they met their end.
And there's something to be said for that. I mean, the one advantage is of that kind of rule is it's unstable. In that all you have to do is kill one guy, and everything changes.
Yeah. Well, that turned out not to be the case by the 19th century or I think it was the 19th century, in the time of the French Revolution, as no, it couldn't have been the 19th century, it would have been the 18th. As Thomas Paine pointed out, it was not just the king anymore That was just one tyranny, but now there were thousands of bureaucrats appointed by the king that also had to be taken out. It wasn't just that, you had this one guy who was corrupt. You had thousands of people.
Yeah, although if you whack the king and you prevent the installation of another one, the little guys have nobody to follow. So,
yeah,
sooner or later somebody will rise up and try to make themselves king. But
it's the same thing we're going through now with these elections. You get rid of one guy and you stick another one in, and then the next one comes up and says, "Hey, elect me. We'll fix it. We'll get rid of this other guy." But the problem is the system.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the system, I think, and it's also, I believe that the Democrats and Republicans behind closed doors cooperate very consciously in order to keep a lock on both the voting public and on the voting mechanism
and their power
on the media.
For sure.
Because
that's what it's all about, is keeping their power.
All the power.
But this has been Free Talk Live. Again, you might want to consider checking out amp.freetalklive.com if you like the show, or just head on over there and check out the show archives going back more than 10 years. That's freetalklive.com and amp.freetalklive.com.
Our history classes start teaching the Constitution around 1776 or even later. The foundation of our Constitution goes deeper than that. Without examining the context that gave America its principles and its founding documents, we cannot understand the foundation of our liberty and our constitutional republic.